Well, good evening. Hope it's working. It does seem to be. A bit wobbly though. Welcome to tonight's quiz. It is the 25th of April. Not long now, and I think, well, hopefully we might be back to normal. Here's some fingers crossed. So tonight we have some rounds. We have general knowledge, and we have food. We have some pictures, and we have bond or band. You will see what that is when it appears. So if we're all ready, I think everybody's ready anyway. I don't know. Yes, let's take it as everybody is ready. It's 17 minutes past according to me, which is a couple of minutes late. And there's a bit of a delay, so it might even be later by the time you see this. I have my boot. It's here. I've already had a little bit. Okay, we'll start with a general knowledge round. And question number one. Shall we start with question number one? Yes, let's start with question number one. Whereabouts on a cricket are its ears? So the cricket, the insect called a cricket, and not the sport, where does it have, where are its ears? Question number one, whereabouts on a cricket would you find its ears? I'm just going to skip ahead to question 10 for a second, because question 10 is the first letter of each of the previous questions spells out the name of somebody famous, so you might want to keep that in mind. Okay, moving on to question number 2. World famous for rising from the floor in Blackpool Towers ballroom, the Wurlitzer is what kind of musical instrument? Question number 2. World famous for rising from the floor in Blackpool Towers ballroom, the Wurlitzer is what kind of musical instrument? Question number 3. Japanese sake is an alcoholic beverage made by fermenting what? Question 3. Japanese sake, or sake if you just say it like that, is an alcoholic beverage made by fermenting what? Trying to get a little bit more light. It's actually still light outside, but the sun has gone. Question number 4. The Andalusian cordobesa can grow up to 16 hands high, about the same size of a racehorse. It is a southern Spanish giant breed of what animal? the Andalusian Cordobiza? Question 4. The Andalusian Cordobiza can grow up to 16 hands in high. That's as high as a racehorse. It is a southern Spanish giant breed of what animal? It's not a horse. Question number 5. Which ology is the study of life and all living things? Question number 5. Which ology is the study of life and all living things? Question number 6. In genetics, only the male genome contains which chromosome? Is it X or Y? Question number 6. In genetics, only the male genome contains which chromosome? X or Y? So if you don't know, either put X or Y. You've got a 50-50 chance. Question number 7. Which Attenborough starred in Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park? Question 7. Which Attenborough starred in Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park? Tried reading these from this screen, I've tried reading them from that screen. Turns out the good old-fashioned writing them down and reading them from a piece of paper is the easiest way to do it. Question number 8. In 1941, the film Citizen Kane was co-wrote, produced, directed by and starred who? Question number 8. The 1941 film Citizen Kane was co-wrote, produced, directed by and starred who? Question number 9. Which is the 8th planet from the Sun? Question number 9. Which is the 8th planet from the Sun? I'll give you a clue. Earth is number 3. Finally for this round, question number 10. The first letter of each of the previous questions spells out the name of which famous romantic poet's name? So question 10, the first letters of each of the previous questions, well that's the answers that you should have got right, spell out which famous person's name? Yes, that should read the first letter of each of the previous answers spells out which famous poet's name of the questions. Okay, the next round is food and drink, and then after that we'll have some pictures. We'll move straight on to question number 11. Question number 11, what type of fruit is a damson? Question 11, what type of fruit is a damson? D-A-M-S-O-N. Question number 12. Chives are a member of which family of vegetables? Question 12. Chives are a member of which family of vegetables? Question number 13. What does the HP stand for in HP sauce? That question pops up quite often, actually. Question number 13. What does HP stand for in HP sauce? Question number 14. What is sold at Billingsgate Market in London? As this is a food and drink round, it is not going to be shoes. Question 14. What is sold at Billingsgate Market in London? Question number 15. What drink is it bad luck to toast with? So if you're doing a toast, what drink is it bad luck to use? Question 15. What drink is it bad luck to toast with? Question number 16. What type of pastry are profiteroles made of? Question 16. What type of pastry are profiteroles made from? Profiteroles. Who came up with that silly name? What kind of pastry are profiteroles made from? Question number 17. Which pungent plant has its own festival held on the Isle of Wight every year? Almost every year, anyway. Question 17. Which pungent plant has its own festival held on the Isle of Wight every year? Obviously, most years. Question number 28. What is gorgonzola? Question 28. What is gorgonzola? Question 29. By weight, what is the most expensive spice in the world? Question 29. By weight, what is the most expensive spice in the world? And finally for this round, question number 30. Which of these chocolate bars does not contain nuts in its ingredients list? Snickers, Double Decker, Picnic, or Toblerone? Which does not contain nuts on the ingredients list? Question number 30. Which of these chocolate bars does not contain nuts? That's on its ingredients list. Snickers, Double Decker, Picnic, or Toblerone? I'm guessing it might have a little thing saying may contain nuts. but one of these does not contain nuts according to its ingredients. Snickers, Double Decker, Picnic, or Toblerone. Okay, I'm going to leave you with those for a moment. We'll have a little breather. I'll be back in less than 2 minutes. See you shortly, and we'll go through some answers. Then we've got pictures, bond or band, and then a couple of music questions. See you shortly. Okay, we seem to be back, and I forgot my beer. Here it is. Right, we'll go through the answers to the first... Chair moved as well. We'll go through the answers to the first 20 questions, and then we've got some pictures coming up. Okay, so where are we? Lost. Okay, so question number 1 was whereabouts on a cricket would you find its ears? Its ears are on its legs. Don't know how useful that would be. Maybe to a cricket it's very useful. So question 1, a cricket's ears are on its legs. Question number 2, the musical instrument which rises out of the floor in Blackpool Towers ballroom, the Wurlitzer, is an organ. So the answer to question number 2 is organ. Question 3, Japanese sake is an alcoholic beverage made by fermenting rice. So the answer to question 3 is rice. Question number 4, the Andalusian Cordobesa. That's a donkey, a very big donkey. Question 5, which ology is the study of life and all living things? That's biology. Question number 6, in genetics, only the male genome contains which chromosome? You had a choice between X and Y. The answer is Y. Female is XX and a male is XY. That's for humans, anyway. Question number 7. Which Attenborough starred in Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park? It was Richard Attenborough. Question number 8. In 1941, the film Citizen Kane was co-wrote, produced, directed and starred who? Orson Welles. It was Orson Welles. Question number 9. Which is the 8th planet from the Sun? Well, that's Neptune. It begins with an N, which takes us to question 10. The first letter of each of the previous answers spells out which famous romantic poet's name. It was Lord Byron. Moving on to the food, and did we have any drink in there? Well, it was cold food and drink anyway. And question number 11. What type of fruit is a damson? It's a type of plum. Question 12. Chives are a member of which family of vegetables? That's onion. Number 13. What does HP stand for in HP sauce? It's Houses of Parliament. Question number 14. What is sold at Billingsgate Market in London? It can't be shoes because it's a food and drink round, but it might have soles because it's fish. Question 15. What drink is it bad luck to toast with? That's plain water. Question 16. What type of pastry are profiteroles made from? It's choux pastry. That's C-H-O-U-X. Choux pastry. Question number 17. Which pungent plant has its own festival held on the Isle of Wight pretty much every year? Not past year especially. That's garlic. If you're ever down there, going to the garlic farm is worthwhile a visit. You can get all kinds of varieties of garlic-related goods. Question number 28. Is it 28 or is it 18? I think it's 18. What is gorgonzola? It's a cheese. Question number 19. By weight, what is the most expensive spice? And that's saffron. And finally, question 30. Which of these chocolate bars does not contain nuts on its ingredients list? You could have had Snickers, Double Decker, Picnic or Toblerone. The correct answer was Double Decker. And if you wonder why I got confused with the numbering of the questions, they had been written down wrong. Okay, I hope you did well with that. And what we're going to do now is move on to the pictures. And then we will have Bond or Band. I need to move a little bit closer so I can get to the screen. Right, you should be able to hear me. Can't see me. Now you can. And these pictures are all items viewed close up. You just have to decide what they are. And we'll start with picture number 1, which is question 21. So picture number 1, question 21. What is that? It's a close-up of something. You just have to decide what. I'll leave it on for a moment before moving on. Picture 1, question 21. What is that? You see, there seems to be some kind of nucleus-like item with all these spindles coming out. Oh, we've moved on to picture 2. Didn't do that on purpose, it did it on its own. But picture 2, that is a close-up photograph of what? It isn't a Christmas decoration, because it does look a bit like one, but it isn't. It's something you might use in the kitchen. Now, picture 2, question number 22. That is a close-up photograph of what? Everyday, pretty much everyday item. Right, moving on to picture number 3, which will be question 23. Once again, it's a close-up of an everyday item, but what is it? I say hi to John and Emma, Kieran and Lynn, Victoria, Phil and Judith, who are playing in Redcar, Martin in Norfolk, Mama and Jenny, and everybody else who's playing. And we're going to move on to picture number 4. Picture number 4, again, is a close-up of something you'll find in most household cupboards, that one. I think these round circular globules, they're probably air bubbles. Kind of golden in colour. It's not Lucasade. Picture number 4, question 24. What is that? Moving on to picture number 5, question 25. Well, that's quite a dazzling pattern, but what is it? Would you call that a Fibonacci sequence, the way these, whatever they are laid out? Hello. Picture 5, question number 25. What is that? Do you know what that is?
Give people a category, or is it?
It's just a close-up of an item.
It's like a sunflower.
It does. Would you say that that's kind of a Fibonacci pattern?
No, just so.
Okay, we'll move on to picture number 6, which is question 26. There we go. Once again, what is it? Any idea on this one?
Yeah.
Yes. Right, moving on to picture number 7, which is question 27. You still got a bite on your leg?
Yeah, but it's alright now. This is just a cut on my foot.
Picture number 7, question 27. What is that? Is your toe all right? Picture 7, question number 27. What is that? Moving on to picture number 8, which will be question 28. Quite a simple one if you know it. Looks a bit like someone going, hey. Picture 8, question 28. What is that?
Oh yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
Moving on to picture number 9. Question 29. Any idea? Some kind of yellow area with a rough edge. With a line going down there. This could be, it looks a bit like wood, this, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Picture 9, question 29. What is that? Finally for this round is picture number 10, which will be question 30. There we go. Picture number 10, which is question number 30. I usually write the question number up there, but I must have forgotten. Okay, we're going to move on to the next round now, which is called Band or Bond. It's quite simple. I'm just going to read out 10 names. All you have to do is decide whether it's the name of a band or the name of a bad person, villain in a James Bond film. I'll just get rid of these pictures. Okay, Band or Bond. Question number 31. Max Zorin. Is Max Zorin the name of a band or the name of a villain from the James Bond films? Max Zorin, Band or Bond? Question 32. Gnarly Barkley. Is Gnarly Barkley the name of a band, or is Gnarly Barkley the name of a Bond villain? Band or Bond? Gnarly Barkley. Question 33. Electra King. Is Electra King the name of a band, or is Electra King the name of a Bond villain? Band or Bond? Electra King. Question 34. Don Brocco. Is Don Brocco the name of a band, or is Don Brocco the name of a Bond villain? Band or Bond? Don Brocco, band or Bond? Question number 35. Greta Van Fleet. Is Greta Van Fleet the name of a band, or is Greta Van Fleet the name of a James Bond villain? Band or Bond? Question number 36. Hugo Drax. Is Hugo Drax the name of a band, or is Hugo Drax the name of a Bond villain? Hugo Drax, band or Bond? Question 37. Blofeld. Is Blofeld the name of a band, or is Blofeld the name of a Bond villain? Blofeld, band or Bond? Question number 38. Doctor Hook. Is Doctor Hook the name of a band, or is Doctor Hook the name of a James Bond villain? Villain. Doctor Hook, band or Bond? For anybody who wasn't watching last week, Homer and Trump made a return. Homer or Trump, should I say. Moving on to question number 39. Harvey Danger. Is Harvey Danger the name of a band, or is Harvey Danger the name of a James Bond villain? Harvey Danger, band or Bond? And finally for this round, question number 40, Le Chiffre. Is Le Chiffre the name of a band, or is Le Chiffre the name of a Bond villain? Le Chiffre, band or Bond? I'll let you know how that's spelt. Is L-E, which is Le, and Chiffre is C-H-I-F-F-R-E. Le Chiffre, band or Bond? Okay, we're going to move into the final round now, which consists of 6 questions. with a possible 10 points. That's because question 46 is worth 5. So, question number 41. This is a music round, in case you was wondering. Question 41. Sound of the Underground was the first number 1 for which group? Question 41. Sound of the Underground was the first number 1 for which group? Question number 42. From the film Four Weddings and a Funeral, what was the title of the song which stayed at number 1 for bloody ages? Question 42. If you remember Four Weddings and a Funeral, the theme song for it, it went to number 1, where it stayed for ever, pretty much. What was the name of the song? The title of the song? Question number 43. Which US state was the title of a Bee Gees number 1? Question 43. Which US state was the title of a Bee Gees number 1? Question number 44. Who had a number 1 with Cotton Eye Joe? Question number 44. Who had a number 1 hit with Cotton Eye Joe? Question number 45. George Michael first had a number 1 as a member of which duo? Question 45. George Michael had his first number 1 as a member of which duo? Okay, for the final question, I'm going to read you some lyrics from a well-known song. From those lyrics that I'm going to read, all you need to do is get the title of the song, the artist who performed the song, the year the song was released or the song was out. Was it a UK number 1, yes or no? And which film is it from? In this case, it's there's been more than one version, but it's the version that pretty much everybody knows. Rising up, back on the street, did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet, just a man and his will to survive. So we want the song title, the artist, the year, was it a UK #1, yes or no, and the film which it came from. Rising up, back on the street, did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet, just a man and his will to survive. I'll read that out again. Rising up, back on the street, did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet, just a man and his will to survive. I need the title, the artist, the year, was it a UK #1, yes or no, and the film which it's associated with. It was used in a 1986 film. Both the year and the film are wrong for that one. Can't remember what it was. So apparently it was used in a film in 1986, but it's not that version. It's the version that everybody knows. Just in case anybody knows whatever it was that I was talking about then. Okay, I'm going to take a couple of minutes so you can have a think about those, then we'll come back and do the answers. So see you soon. Okay, seem to be back. We're going to go through some answers now. In fact, we're going to go through the rest of the answers. I'll just give it a sec in case anybody's waiting for the kettle or elsewhere. Right, so this was picture number 1, which was question number 21, if I remember correctly, which does not always happen. So picture 1, question 21, that was a dandelion, you know the dandelion clock things that you count the time on when you were small? A dandelion clock. If you've got a different name that means the same thing, that's fine. Moving on to picture number 2, which was question 22. That is a Brillo pad. You scrub dishes, well, not dishes, maybe manky, greasy pans. That's a part of a Brillo scouring pad. Picture 3, question 23. That's your everyday toothbrush. Picture 4, which was question number 24, that's honey. That's just looking into a jar of honey. Picture number 5, I can't remember what it is, but I think it's a sunflower. Pretty sure it's a sunflower. If I'm not right, that is, then, but yeah, I'm sure that's a sunflower. Picture 6, question 26, that's a kiwi. The inside of a kiwi fruit. Picture number 7, question 27, that is spaghetti. Moving on to picture number 8, question 28, that's a paperclip. Question 9, sorry, picture 9, which was question 29, that's a pencil. If you look close, it's difficult. If you stand further back, it's a bit easier to tell. That's where it's been sharpened, and there's the wood. So picture 9, question 29, that's a pencil. And finally, picture 10, question number 30, that is a ballpoint pen. That's the ball in the end of a pen. It's got a point with a ball in it, that's why it's a ballpoint pen. And now we will move back onto the questions, which was, trying to reach them, band or bond. So question number 31, all we had to do was decide whether this name is a band or a villain from the James Bond films. And question number 31 was Max Zorin. Max Zorin was Bond. He was in A View to a Kill. Number 32, Gnarly Barkley. Gnarly Barkley is a band who had a hit with a song called Crazy. Number 33, Electra King. Electra King was in the Bond film The World Is Not Enough. Can't remember her being much of a villain, right? Question number 34, Don Brocco Was Don Brocco a band or a villain in Bond? Don Brocco, they're a band from Bedford. They were formed in 2008. Question 35. Greta Van Fleet. Well, Greta Van Fleet is a US rock band. Question 36. Hugo Drax. Hugo Drax was the bad guy in the Bond film Moonraker. Question number 37. Blofeld. Well, Blofeld was the bad guy who appeared in 7 Bond movies. Sat there with a stroking a cat. Question number 38. Doctor Hook. Doctor Hook is a 1970s band from the United States. They had a hit called When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman. Question 39. Harvey Danger. Harvey Danger, that's a band. They did the theme tune to the US sitcom Peep Show. And finally, question 40 for this round. Le Chiffre. Le Chiffre means the number, and he was the bad guy in the 2006 Bond film Casino Royale. Okay, we're going to move on to the music round now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 6 questions worth a total of 10 points. Question 41. Sound of the Underground was the first #1 for which group? Should really have said girls group for a bit of a clue, but it was Girls Aloud. Question number 42. Which song went to #1 for blooming ages and was from the 4 Weddings and a Funeral film? Well, that was called Love Is All Around. I think it was by Wet Wet Wet. Question 43. Which US state was the title of a Bee Gees #1 single? Massachusetts. If you notice, all of these questions are about #1s. Question number 44. Who had a #1 with Cotton Eye Joe? That was the Rednecks. Question 45. George Michael had his first #1 as a member of which duo? That was Wham! And finally, I read some lyrics, and from those lyrics, all you had to do was decide on the title of the song, the artist, the year it was released, was it a UK #1, yes or no, and the film which it came from. I'll just read those again. Rising up, back on the street, did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet, just a man and his will to survive. And the title was The Eye of the Tiger. The artist was Survivor. The year was 1982. Was it a UK #1? Yes, it was, for 4 weeks. And which film was it from? It was Rocky 3. So the title was The Eye of the Tiger, the artist Survivor, the year 1982, UK #1, yes, and the film was Rocky 3. Okay, we're all done for today. I'll be back next week at the same time. From then on, we'll see how we go forward, because we might not be in lockdown for much longer. Well, the way things are going in India, we don't know, so we'll have to. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully, we'll be back in the pub by the 17th of May, I think the date is. We'll do one on the Sunday before. And I'll be back again next week. If you want to send in any scores, I'll hang around for a sec. Hello, Mama. Hope you enjoyed your sweets. If you remember, there's a bit of a delay on this, so you're seeing me in the past. It says on here that the delay is 5 seconds, but it's not. It's more like 25. Okay, John scored 44, which is, yeah, that's good. That's nearly all of them. .44, that's one of the best scores we've had, I think. Especially when there was only 46 questions. Victoria, 39, again, another good score. That's my beer done with. Okay, I think we'll leave it there. Well, Mama scored 37, and she enjoyed the sweets, which is good. Yes, I think... Oh, Martin in Norfolk scored 47, which beat John. It hasn't actually appeared on my phone yet, but it popped up on the computer for some reason. Okay, thanks everybody, and we'll see you next week at the same time of 8:15, and then in the next couple of weeks we'll see where we're going to go and what's going to happen. Thanks for playing. See you later.